Hello, my name is Aaron Robbins Whiteham. I am introducing of the person next to me is Susan Robbins, aka Sue. Hey Mom, why your experience of writing of Bird's Eye View or Ducks in a Row?
That's a good question. I started writing a book back in 2017. And when I started writing, I realized I had so many words that I actually had two books. So I ended up splitting them in two. So Bird's Eye View is more of a personal book, a memoir about my experience being your mom and also having breast cancer. And Ducks in a Row is my workbook where I talk about working in healthcare in the areas of patient and family engagement, patient and family-centered care.
Why are you care about the healthcare so much?
That's another good question. I would say because I worked in healthcare my whole life. Starting when I was 15 years old, I was what they used to call a candy striper, so a volunteer who went to the hospital. And I used to help bring people down to the church at the hospital every week. But it changed, and then I worked for the Department of Health, and I worked as a unit clerk, and I worked as a nursing attendant. But I'd say my perspective on healthcare, and I started caring more about it, changed when you were born, Aaron, and you had Down syndrome. And that meant you had lots and lots of medical appointments and procedures to go to when you were a baby. And I became very interested in how you were treated in healthcare and how families were treated in healthcare. And then I got even more interested in healthcare when I myself, remember when I got breast cancer in 2017 and went through all that cancer treatment. And at that time, I started caring more about healthcare because I think I knew there must be a better way. There could be a better way, a better experience, both for patients and for the staff who work there too.
So why does the Ducks in a Row make people feel nice?
Well, what I've heard from folks who have read the book is that it makes them feel seen and validated because they see themselves reflected in some of my stories, which is like a really powerful thing. I think for a lot of patients and families who read my book, they've thought a lot of these things for a very, very long time, and I just happen to have written them down in a book. So I think that's a wonderful thing. And I hope that Ducks in a Row encourages people to know that they themselves can make a difference. They don't have to wait for the system to change. They can do something in their everyday life. And if we have more and more people, individuals doing that, I think that's where positive change in healthcare will come from, one person at a time.
Okay, why does your Ducks in a Row make you feel better?
How does Ducks in a Row make me feel better? Well, I think the process of writing and sharing your story can be quite cathartic, which means can make you feel better, can make you start to heal if you've been hurt. And I think writing my book, Ducks in a Row, is part of my healing process from the bad things that have happened to me in healthcare. It makes me feel happy that other people are reading it and they're using quotes when they do talks and presentations and share with other people. That makes me feel very happy, I would say, and satisfied. And the other thing about both my books, it's really cool to write something in a book that's permanent, you can hold in your hands and lasts forever. So I hope even after I'm gone, people will have my words that they can look back on, and it helps give them some encouragement to continue on.
Thank you so much. Then a gorgeous lady in entire mom's universe. Buy a book right now. That is a wrap on my burrito.